Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be talking about the brand new properties that are going to be arriving in just a few short days with the Criminal Enterprises DLC update here in Grand Theft Auto Online. So even though Rockstar in this update isn't adding a new traditional property, there are some that are going to be introduced that definitely have been some of the most fan requested that we've seen. And I think it all begins right across the street from Record A Studios, where Rockstar says they're including a new showroom floor for players where they can test drive or simply purchase a range of new vehicles on the spot. And we actually saw this in action very briefly in the trailer. It's this car dealership right here, right across the street from Record A Studios. It's called Luxury Autos on Portola. You can see there's a couple of NPCs standing around outside looking at all the vehicles and accessories and whatnot. And in this shot, we can see three main glass panels. In the one on the far right, we're seeing a modified or upgraded Grotti Turismo R. It looks like this is either going to be a Benny's version or just an existing car that got itself a nice little upgrade. And then on the other podium, we see one of the brand new Obey vehicles. This is going to be modeled after the Audi e-tron, which is kind of a sports car sedan, fully electric. So we can see here that this car dealership has basically two podium spots. So something similar to what we've seen at like the Los Santos car meet or the Diamond Casino and Resort, where there's a certain number of cars on display. Now we can also see there's one other giant glass pane, which looks like it just has some colors and accessories. That's the dude with the yellow shirt just sort of standing there. And then it says Luxury Autos above an awning, and then it looks like there's a door. Now there's a little bit of speculation here on how this new property is going to work, and that's just what I want to dive into right now. Number one is, are you going to need some sort of membership for this property? Just like the Los Santos car meet and just like the Diamond Casino and Resort, you're going to need some sort of membership in order to access it. So I wonder if you'll have to pay like a $50,000 startup or something along those lines, or maybe it'll end up being more expensive. Or is it just going to work like a car dealership today in real life, where you can just show on up, purchase a car, and be on your way? Now, speaking of that, I wonder if it's also going to be enterable, or if you'll just enter this blue Corona and then the game will give you access to, purchase one of the vehicles, or do you just walk up to the window like these NPCs and you can then test drive or purchase the car? We don't know if it's going to be a full-blown interior or if this is the extent of the full-blown interior that we're looking at right here. It also begs the question if it's going to be similar to the last Grand Theft Auto game, like GTA 4, where they not only had expansive car dealerships, it's kind of what you're looking at on the screen right now, we could also go inside, we could also steal the cars, drive out of them, which would give us a wanted level. Now, because this is single player and there was no like progression other than what you did as Nico Bellic, but you couldn't really like save your cars and whatnot other than the parking spot right outside your apartment. It makes you wonder if you are going to be able to go inside, steal the cars. I'm going to say like 99% probably not going to be the case here, but it would be interesting, that's for sure, just given the fact that we were able to do this in the last GTA game, Grand Theft Auto 4. Again, there were a couple of car dealerships that you'll be looking at throughout this video that should showcase that. So I don't believe we're going to be able to go inside. It also makes you wonder if Rockstar is going to have all vehicles available to purchase. Based on what they said on the newswire, I'm going to say no. It says where players can test drive or simply purchase a range of new vehicles on the spot. So I'm going to assume that this is going to be similar to the test ride cars at the LS car meet, that it's not going to be every single vehicle available, but it's just going to be a handful that'll probably rotate every single week. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how this new building, call it new property, works in Grand Theft Auto Online when the Criminal Enterprises DLC arrives. This is one that I'm very excited about. We will definitely be checking that out. Now, another new location that Rockstar actually mentioned, or a new property, looks like it's going to take part in the Operation Paper Trail Contact mission. This is the one involving the IAA and a criminal conspiracy. We got one screenshot that sort of showed off our character in this grungy looking motel room with their laptop open and the drone in the background. And I think I know exactly where this is. So this is actually the Motor Motel, or Jack Howitzer's Motel Room. This can be found in the Sandy Shores Desert, and you can see we're literally in the exact hotel room here. You've still got the messed up bed, you've got the painting in the background. So I wonder if it's going to take place in Sandy Shores, or if Rockstar is just going to be reusing the interior in some way, shape, or form. But this definitely looks like it's the exact same place here. So this is probably going to be our base of operations for these missions, especially if we're going to be going undercover. So to me, it makes sense that we would be in a less than desirable location. That's at least what I think we're looking at right here. Now, again, just speculating. I don't know if we're going to have to pay for this motel room, if there's going to be some sort of startup cost like there is for other heist missions in the game, or even a startup cost like if you wanted to do the casino work missions, you obviously had to have a casino penthouse in order to get those things started. So I wonder if it'll function the exact same way. Again, we'll find out in just a few short days. Now, as far as new properties go, Rockstar are giving us the ability to purchase 2 more ownable properties. That'll be increased from 8 to 10. And because 10 is the maximum number of ownable properties as far as garage space goes, that means we're going to be able to jump up to 20 total vehicles with 6 additional bicycle spots. So again, even though these aren't necessarily new, you will be able to buy a new apartment or a new stilt house and have a bunch of garage space for all the upcoming vehicles that are going to be introduced. And then last but not least, there are a bunch of other properties that you're going to need to take advantage of everything that's going on in this update. They aren't necessarily new, but remember that a big part of this DLC is all about expanding our businesses. And it tackles basically the 4 main branches. So for the executive branch, you're going to need an executive office in order to partake in all of the new content. So you're going to have to dive into that. You're also going to need a cargo warehouse if you're going to dive into the new sourcing missions. Again, I'm sure this is stuff that most of you guys have, but there could be a handful that don't and might miss out. Same with the biker businesses. You're going to need an MC clubhouse. You're going to need mostly all the businesses like the cocaine lockup and the methamphetamine lab, weed farm, etc. in order to participate in all the new content. For the gunrunner branch, you're going to need a bunker, and that's definitely not inexpensive. And for the nightclub owner stuff, you're going to need a nightclub. So I'm sure most of you guys have all of those businesses already, but if you don't have one part of it, you might want to dive into it and sort of load up on everything before the DLC arrives so that you can dive into everything. And then sort of last but not least, as far as the vehicles go, remember that Rockstar confirmed there's going to be 2 new Amani Tech eligible vehicles. You can only upgrade those if you have an agency. So that's something that's kind of going to be a little bit tricky. And Hal is going to have 2 HSW rides. Remember that those are only available if you have a membership to the Los Santos Car Meet and if you're on the newest generation of consoles, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S. So those are not only the new properties, but also the properties that you guys are going to need in order to be able to dive into everything here in Grand Theft Auto Online in the Criminal Enterprises DLC. But I would love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. Let me know what you think of the brand new properties that Rockstar are introducing, as well as what you think are the most important existing ones that they have in the game. Again, let me know what you're thinking in those comments down below. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.